All right, you guys, I made it to the end of Las Vegas Boulevard. Hello everyone! Today is going to be a different adventure. I am at the starting point for Las Vegas Boulevard, about 5 miles south of the Terrible's Casino in Primm, Nevada. And I'm just a little ways up from state line. Las Vegas Boulevard technically starts at the Nevada state line, but this is the legal starting point. I can't go any further, and there's no way to go through from state line to here. So we're going to start here, and then we are going to end way out on the 93 where the Love's gas station is, and we're going to take the entire Las Vegas Boulevard, and I want to show you some of the points of interest. So I hope that you stick around for this video, and I hope that this is a fun adventure for all of us. I do know that I have a lot of new subscribers here, so I just want to introduce myself. My name is Diane, and this is my channel, Recreation Outside Las Vegas. I do have a blog that goes along with this channel, so make sure that you check out the website. And if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing, and if you find any value out of this video, please hit the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get on the road. So we are at the first stop on the Las Vegas Boulevard. I found this slab of concrete, and I'm just kind of curious to see if it was somebody's home back in the day or not. So let's check it out, and you guys can tell me what you think it was. All right, let's head on down the road. If you've been watching my channel for quite a while, you know that I am obsessed with the development of Las Vegas itself. The history of how Las Vegas was developed. I've got several videos from visiting museums, visiting historical sites, just to learn a little bit more about the history. And there is a Nevada historical marker behind me, and it says that near here is where one of the last spikes was put into the railroad. And the railroad, meaning from Salt Lake City to San Pedro and Los Angeles, that railroad was important for the building of Los Angeles and San Pedro. The Mormons had a huge influence in that. They helped build the railroad and helped take supplies from Salt Lake City to San Pedro, and Las Vegas played a huge role. It was developed basically because of this railroad. So pretty interesting historical marker. And you can pause the video and read the historical marker for yourself. So I'm not going to spend much time here because I feel it's hypocritical. I don't really care for the Seven Magic Mountains installation, only because It would have been great if they would have just stuck with what they proposed to the people before they built this. It was only supposed to be up for about 1 year or 2 years, and now we're going on 5 years, so I don't really appreciate that. It is a neat thing to look at, but I do think that if you are going to install something in the middle of nature and you give the people an idea that it's only going to be around for a little while, and then we can go back to just natural, you know, visions of whatever, nature or the desert, then I don't know. I don't really care for it too much. It's okay. It's fun to look at, but it's one of those things where you only really need to see it one time. I thought that this area would be great to add to the video. Right behind me is an area where people go target shooting. It is pretty trashy. People leave their garbage here. They don't pick up after themselves, and I'm not saying that's everybody, but the way this place looks is it's pretty dumpy. So if you're into target shooting and you like to go do that, I personally would not suggest going to this area. Find somewhere else where it's legal to shoot and where there's not so many people. I don't really like target shooting where there's a bunch of people. You just never know what's gonna happen. It's you know, I feel like there's more accidents that could happen that way when you're going to a very popular place. But if you can hear, there's besides the vehicle noise, there is gunfire noise behind me. So yeah, but this is where a lot of people go to shoot. They call this, I would say they call this Sloan Canyon for the target shooting. This is a designated area for target shooting. So this is just along the Las Vegas Boulevard. We are still sort of on the Primm side of everything, and we are heading towards the Strip. We've got a little ways to go before we start seeing the Strip. So let's get inside the car and Alright, so we are getting closer to the Strip. We are near Cactus, which is the far end of the Strip on the south side. what are your thoughts on the Las Vegas Strip so far? Pretty busy. It's a Monday. It's February 1st, but it seems pretty good right now. Business seems to be good. I see, you know, the ladies that walk down the strip that you can take your picture with. See quite a bit of those, quite a bit of people. It's interesting. Now that I'm not a tourist anymore, it's a little bit different. Alright, so we're kind of in the ghetto portion of Las Vegas Boulevard, which is just past the Stratosphere. The Stratosphere basically marks the beginning of the ghetto. And it remains that way up until about Fremont Street, or the Art District, which is right before Fremont Street. It's kind of a sketchy area. I wouldn't recommend walking out here by yourself in the dark. The daytime doesn't seem too bad. I've been down here different times of day, and daytime seems to be the best time if you're gonna go for a walk down here. But yeah, just so interesting how diverse the Las Vegas Boulevard is. Alright, so we just passed Nellis Air Force Base, which is towards the end of the busy part of Las Vegas Boulevard. Now things are beginning to get a little bit more scarce. We're passing base housing and the barracks. It's pretty neat. It kind of brings back some memories of the time when I was in the military. But yeah, so now we are basically heading out into the desert and into the area of Apex, which is a pretty well-known area where people like to take their rigs off-roading, and yeah, so anyways, let's continue the drive. Alright, we are just passing the backside of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is where they hold the NASCAR races and other races, dirt tracks, and you can also drive fast cars here too. You can rent Ferraris and all that stuff and drive them around one of these tracks here. So yeah, this is where they hold the NASCAR race if it's being held in Las Vegas. Alright, so we are passing the gypsum plant. Gypsum is basically what they make drywall out of. So we're passing that right now, and we're going along the 93. It's basically the portion of the I-15 that is also known as the 93, where right before the Love's gas station or rest stop, right before that turn that you would make to go to Great Basin. So anyways, I am just having a lovely drive. It is so nice to take these side roads sometimes and not have to worry about how fast you're going like you would on the freeway. So we're just passing some train tracks where they load up some of the gypsum and the mining materials into the boxcar. Alright, so I'm towards the end of Las Vegas Boulevard, but I thought I wanted to stop and show you guys this old Spanish Trail marker, which I've seen quite a few going towards Tecopa, but I've actually never seen any up this way, which is really interesting because I do want to document the Spanish Trail someday. If you're really interested in that, then I will make an entire series about the old Spanish Trail, which is really interesting, and it was very crucial part of history when it comes to the settlement of the West. But I've never seen one of these cement markers behind me, and it says Old Spanish Trail 1829 to 1848. I've only seen that kind of sign. I've never seen an old cement sign. So pretty interesting. And I will take a picture of the sign and insert it into the video right here. And you can pause it and read about it yourself. All right, so I've always wanted to see this PBR can. It's actually a I don't know, it's a big cylinder that's painted like a large PBR can. So I wanted to come over here and check it out. All right, well, I am going to head on out and finish the drive on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's about to end here soon, and then head on home. This was a fun, quirky little stop. All right, you guys, I made it to the end of Las Vegas Boulevard. I'm actually a little bit past it, but I wanted to come see this tortoise sign. So if you enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments. This was a long day of driving. It was pretty fun though. It's fun to see the diversity of Las Vegas Boulevard. And if you have any other ideas like this where I should take certain roads to see where they go, or if you want to see a series on the Old Spanish Trail or anything like that, please leave your suggestions in the comment section, because obviously I want to create videos that you will enjoy. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.